Hey, 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 how you doing? So, this is going to be a Sagittarius reading. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are looking forward to your week ahead. Um, yeah, like, subscribe, and follow the channel as much as you can. Also, check out the readings in your birth chart. Okay, furthermore, check out the star signs in your birth chart so you can get clarity on the readings that will help you understand more about your situations because you have, star signs related to those readings in your birth chart. Okay, so let's get into this, Sag. What's going on with Sag? So I'm hearing karma with them. It does say that you begin to sweat or see things from things that you don't even understand. But it says warning signs for you to get away from karma with people. And it doesn't say anything but that. You may look at things from a new perspective or maybe drive away this week in a new car. Some of you may be warned that you are purchasing a new vehicle or may want to look at one and may not look at it for too long after you realize you're leaving it behind. You may look at it for a while or study it before you purchase it as you don't want to know that you are buying something that is illegal. It says you may have looked at vehicles recently and you may not know if you're buying one that's going to be illegal. It says you may look at things like that because it's second hand. It also says your mindset will purchase a new one for some of you that want to know it is brand new and may even see that you're going to a dealership and purchase it there. It says all this time you've been looking at things and wondering, should I get this one or that one? It says you know that you don't want to buy something that's going to be off the chain or maybe something that's going to be that great, but it could be something that's going to be very, very nice and very, very practical. And it does say some of you want to buy a new vehicle that's very nice and it could be very stylish and very, very affordable at the same time, too. Okay. I do see some type of lack as well for some of you guys, or there's some type of illness. For some of you guys, it could be an illness that runs in the family. Okay, and it does say you are showing signs of it this evening or this year. It says you have to understand there is karma there for you to understand why you're going through certain things if it's hereditary, and you need to warn yourself to see that good things can come out of the situation once you trust your doctor or your GP, that you could move past it with things of that kind, like their medicine. It says they could give you things to solve the problem or help you through the problem. It also says the fruits of our labor are coming in. So things that you may not have seen grow could grow sporadically or come out the blue, and you could show yourself that you have good news after all. You didn't see anything coming over the year, but you have seen it now. So it does say blessings could come out of something that you didn't know was going to happen. And you may be looking at someone from a perspective or even spying on them. It says you know that people may not want to speak to you, but all this time you may not want to speak about it. It says karma with a neighbor or a friend that keeps following you and looking at you and searching for you and following you online, or maybe even looking at you all the time and you can't understand why they keep doing this. They may even study you through tarot as well, or maybe you are the one looking at them through tarot. But it also says you have to see if things are going to work out just fine with your family members and move on past a negative spirit that keeps warning you they are targeting you for a friend. Okay? They're targeting you for a friend, or maybe you could be using someone to target someone for a friend, or i.e., you could be using someone that's targeting using a friend to target someone. Does that make sense? Or someone could be doing this work for you. Maybe you're not speaking to them, but it says all this time I've been looking out for you for a friend. And I know that I need to look for you again as I see that one man is not enough for you, or two men is not enough for you, or something's happening with many men coming forward. But it says this man says he doesn't want you. How could I get involved with you and your mind? It does say this woman keeps looking and she's very mad at you, but she wants to know why you don't speak to her anymore. And she sees so much with a friend of yours that has completely left you, or meanwhile doesn't want to speak to you, but she keeps looking for you even though you two don't talk anymore. And she could come back with news and speaking about news, gossip and spell work has been around in her head to talk about how demons are coming to her mind about things she's seen, and doesn't know how to talk to you because you two are not on the mends right now in your frenemy energy and energy, and your friendship is not on the mend. Ew. Karma is with someone that keeps bothering you, and it does say you're ready to strike. You would begin to look at things and never see a problem, but it's going to bother you at this time if you don't strike again. For people that keep picking on you, it says, I want to know where she is. Where would I find her? I need to see her. And it does say you know that someone could look for you, or maybe even find out where this person lives, or even see if you can find the address for them. It says you want your friendships in your mind the way you want it. Maybe a friendship that doesn't want you. And it does say you have to see things for the way it is, because you could be lying about something or stealing away someone's joy just because you want no more time alone in your mind, but friendship energy with a person that doesn't want to be your friend, and warning them that they should be your friend when they don't want to be your friend. It says, warning, there is a problem with this because people are picking on people. You could be tied up in some type of heirloom, or even supporting someone with something like that, or telling them about it. But it also says it's going to be you that gets involved in something that may never be your place to get involved in, or maybe even have problems in your life, being the adult that you are now, choosing to see who you are with a friend that doesn't want to know you, but does want to know if you're there still, looking in at the situation. And also warning, your mind will tell you off about a problem that you had with your family member, telling them that they have to get involved and see what's going on with family outside of you, and who's there around you supporting you when they're gone. It does say, well, I know my friends are there. And it does say you had a friend once that would have helped you with nearly everything, and she's going to be my friend again one day. It says she's really not, but you really think that she's going to. After a friggin' husband has left you, you realize that you want a friend to come back and help you solve a problem. It says she knows she would have helped me with this one. I know this because I've been there for her in many ways that I could have supported something in my head. Like, she's really got good news to help me with so much, and I know this person would have helped me, but I can't see her anymore, and I don't know why we broke up or why I fell out with her. I know that I need this friend. She's a best friend, and she really would have stood out and helped me with so much. I know this because she's a good friend to me, and I hardly speak about it, but I should have been her bestie. I should have been her best friend. Then she wouldn't have left me. I could have treated her better as well, and she wouldn't have left me. But I warned myself, I'm not coming back to see if I'm going to be that great friend. And she's never going to want to see me again. But I warned myself, she's a best friend that I should have told her she's my best friend, or she's a great friend, or she's a good friend. I should have told her that, and I never did. So you guys feel like you should have told one of your friends from the past that they were a good friend, and you didn't tell them that. And it does say it could be some of you guys that are going through this with someone that wants to be your friend again. And it doesn't say much more than that, but it also says that you've got to see things for who you are and how you're going to move past it in the near future. No wonder you're under stress. It says, please believe me when I say you was the best friend I ever had and didn't get to see you again. Why did I ever pick on you? Why did I harm you and hurt you? Where was I going trying to destroy your mind with mine? Or even trying to challenge you? How could I look at you as a friend again? If I saw you on the road, would you want to speak to me? And if I did, how would I approach the situation? Where was I going trying to torment you and touch you in your mind about things you knew versus the things I knew, without going down a spiral and then pushing my head in yours, telling you I can't speak to you no more? It says I know I messed up because I could have had a very good news. After all, you was the one that showed me things that I didn't even understand, or maybe even helped me with things that I couldn't even carry alone. You very much so was a good friend of mine, and I can't believe I pushed you away. I'm so sad. Wow. So someone here is very, very sad that they've lost this friend. They don't have this friend in their life anymore. It says no one says that they've seen this woman, and it does say you could go to this friendship of a person that was friends with another person. It says she's no longer friends with that person either. She doesn't have friends like the way she used to. She's want to keep herself to herself, and she doesn't like people allowing themselves in her head or in her business. She keeps away from people passionately, and very much so laughs at them behind their back if she wants to. She says, you know, you always good to me and I was good to you, but at times we're not going to feel like we need to be friends anymore. I could move on and I would not want to know that you want to be my friend again. I laugh because all of you understood the assignment. Once upon a time, we were all friends. We were all doing great things. But what if I never want to see you again for my own purposes? What if I need you and I don't need you? Because at the same time, I realize this. I miss you, but I don't miss you that much when you could get involved in my personal business and harm me. I wouldn't want to know that you're around me to get involved in things that I know that could haunt me or hurt me, or maybe even try and wonder why I moved on even more. Like I was trying to achieve things or do things or even see things for myself in a way that you lot would always want to be there, not supporting me or even laughing and gossiping and making fun of everything, and not seeing that people have to move past things and have good news and maybe even support the good news or be there for one another sometimes. But you all just couldn't be that kind of friend for me. And I realized I needed support in ways that I couldn't get in my mind from you all, with my family members, when I told you things and I needed support to move past it. You all couldn't help me in the ways that I needed. I troubled my mind so much to see where it is that I'm going in life. And I realized I'm not going anywhere much, but I'm going home to think about things in my life. I may not stay on this plane anymore. Sometimes I wonder if I'm coming or going. People attacking me or even seeing me, wanting me dead, or even speaking to me in tongues. I have to understand what's going on with me. Like, some things you need to know and some things you just don't need to know. Like, I'm going under, or am I going to live a great life? Because sometimes people around me are harming me, and sometimes people that are not even around me are trying to harm me, and I wonder what the fuck is going on. People don't know how to support me, and I hate it. But I tell you what, I'm working on this as I leave my life in my hands, and I promise myself a better one. I am not leaving this plane without family, bringing them to town in the mindset of theirs, dying out in the head, or maybe even dying as well because they don't know how to support their heads with whatever passionate usage of spells and rituals they're trying to push on me. It says you all know that karma is coming with someone, and it doesn't say it's easy, but it's always going to be bad news. It says warning signs are there for you all to see that you're not going to get good news, but plus size energy is coming into something. It says you may not know it, but a plus size woman wants your attention. And she may get good news from this. Many times over, a female is coming in to help somebody and not help her at the same time. But she's getting good news with warning signs that she's getting money. She absolutely knows she's getting money too. Because someone said that she's on the prowl right now, having good news in her head about mind games. She's playing with men or females or someone around her to get money. And she's going to get the money that she wants, even to support things that she didn't know that she could support on her own. She will play herself a little bit though until she sees that blessings come, and things will work out just fine for her when she sees the money come. So she's having good news right now in her head. Reality is not strange, but it is that blessed way that she looks at things, and it could be better, but it's trying to warn her when is it going to get very, very good for you, because she still needs to promote things or look for things in a way that it could come out in a very, very good way. She has support, but not much, and she needs more support. But she will get good news once people move past her mind and leave her to deal with things in a good way. They need to see that she has blessed news and curses move past her. She will have blessed news overall, and she wants to know that she can see good news come to whoever and not bad news. She's got very good news in her mind and in her life. She does know that she's got very, very good news around her, and supporters will be there. Once they do, it's going to be good news. So she will have very, very good news once, and finally she'll see it in the mindset and in the reality. Will never ever really see bad news. So she's going to have good news overall, and she's trying to warn herself not to trust in demons that keep speaking to her mindset about bad news. She wants to see that good news comes and moves forward to blessings always. Okay, so she's going through different things, but at the same time her passion is towards getting good news and good karma and things that she can see and touch and feel, that are going to work out in her favor. It says broke bitches get stitches. All this time someone put down a spell that would harm her. It says no wonder I would keep putting this spell down, so you will never have good luck. And it does say a demon father figure will never see himself in a good way. He would never want to know that she had good news, but the warning signs are there for him to say that he could move past it. He's always got to move past a negative mindset that he's always had about his female children, and maybe even childishness that he run one week or another. It says you will all have good news. Past the negative mental health plans, away from this mind game. It says a negative man is with a negative woman and they never had good news. So why would my children? It says, you know what you did? Plus a spell on the family members of your family that you have seeds with, and then curse the woman that she had children with you. It says the childbearing mother that had sex with a man that doesn't have good news in his mind about his family member coming to him, telling him that you know that things could have changed and it could have worked out if you stayed with this one. It says, I know it wouldn't have worked out. I could have spelt her name 10 times over and saw that I was harming them, the children. It says the children are never going to be harmed completely, as you will see that this woman is going to doubt whatever happens to them in a good way to have bad news. It says you all going to spit fire on this woman. She's not going to have good news. The woman that you are saying is going to have bad news is the child's mother, not the child. So stop speaking about the child that she shouldn't have good news. It is a warning sign for you all to move past it. It says no one is going to speak about good news with the children. And I know that I'm not speaking about good news with them. But it says the woman that spelled rituals and curses for this man is going to have bad news, because she's under oath right now to let go of spells and riddles that she's put there to harm the family members of this man, who also has kids with her. He says he doesn't want to know that he's got trial and error, but he's got problems with this family and he's building life without her. My goodness. So much things going on. Family curses are there. It does say people keep warlocking on the energy to make sure it happens as well. It doesn't say you all get good lives when you're all warred with. And it does say people that will war with you is in your family generation. There is generational curses here and black moods. Some of you guys are going through black magic. Maybe even personal problems with people's mental health. It says all this time you've got to move past it, and never mind why you're struggling. You'll have better news when you move past it. Okay? So don't worry about the struggle. You'll move past it and have better news. Okay? So anything else for Sag? It says all this time, Sagittarius, you've had great news. Frenemies are there having bad news. You warn yourself that you don't want friends that are going to have bad news. And you realize some friends have got negative news or evil news to tell you or share with you. But you warn yourself not to get involved, or maybe even to struggle a little bit with them. And it says some of you guys are dealing with people that will never have bad news. One or two of you have got bad news. And some of you are dealing with struggles right now. Karma is with enemies that come out and speak to you about bad news. It says karma is with you all, not just enemies that are coming out and speaking about it. All of you are under attack by spiritual laws. It says you are all under attack by God. Every government system is under attack too. So it looks like everybody's under attack, even when you're saying, well, they're under attack, because I want to know that they get their karma for whatever they've done. Someone might want you to get karma for what you've done, and then now the government's coming in and say, well, everybody is under attack. I'm even under attack. And it does say special needs energy is there for someone who can't let go of fraud. Someone keeps using an identity theft and wants to place someone in the name of it, so they have fraud. It says this man says he knows he's going to come out and try and convince someone to say they do it for him, or he has to leave this person alone. He's going under. It says a man here is trying to use himself to put himself in a problem, to use someone else's name to put them in a problem, to have problems. It said, do you know the architecture of the mind is very legal, and it's pending for someone that wants someone to have bad news. Warning signs are there for a woman who's an aunt of the child to move past it. It's a mental health disease he has, and he wants to know that she's under attack. It does say that he's trying to look for all kind of different things to harm her. Are you aware of this? It says the spirit is trying to warn this woman that's married to this man to stop loving him as much as she does, because he's trying to tune into a bad omen to pluck his mind out of a problem, ideally to protect his mental health against people or females that have harmed him. And it does say many times over he's using bad spirits, bad curses, bad omens, and bad thoughts to harm someone, and planning a victory with success that it will work out if he finds someone to do very bad fraud on someone's name, to pinch them and say, see, you've gone down. This man is in trouble with his mind. He's looking for enemies to place a route on someone else. He's looking to see how he can pawn something on someone else, or maybe even get them in trouble with a legal pending matter. He's got problems, and he's dealing with demons in his mind as he studies his mind to see what else he can do to harm you or harm a friend or a family member around you. Wow. He says he's not getting away with it, but he's really trying hard to look and see why he's going down, or why he's got problems, or why he's snitching, or why he's trying to play something on someone, like he's planting a root there, or he's planting someone, like he's trying to set someone up. It says set up energy is ready for someone, and it says someone here could help me do it. I know this, but I want to see somebody set up someone, and I'm trying to get this person dirty. Wow. This man's trying to get you or someone around you dirty, Sag. It says, no wonder I'm seeing that I've got problems. I would never want to know that I'm asking you questions about things that I want. And maybe if you come to me and speak to me about things that I need, I may never study you in your mind about it. I'm going to take away everything that I see. And I warn you, if you ever try to touch anything of mine, I am going to deal with you. I said, touch it, then go on and see what happens, because you're in trouble already. As I've made sure that I love myself today, and make sure that I love myself tomorrow, and you will never see a penny of mine again. Ooh. So someone has been caught either in the mind or in reality, and making sure that they don't get robbed by this person that's ready to steal and take without asking, or whatever it is, or trying to be rude and judging the other person. And someone says, well, you know that you've been judging them in the mind, or you've been speaking about this person trying to take from you all the time, and they never ask questions. This person is going to be under attack one day when I deal with him. It says he knows that he can't look forward to things of his own one day, because someone is going to steal and take from him. It says, you know, you've asked spirit to look at that. And it does say you haven't really, but you've also said things in your mind that one day it could happen. And it does say, yes, it could, but not really that it's going to. It says, well, I say it should. I am God, and I'm making sure that it happens, because spirit is there and doesn't sleep, and speaks about what's going to happen to mental health people that trouble you. As your demon spirits are here to help you. They're ready to target females and males on your behalf to harm someone. And it's going to harm people one day. When people don't understand that they're in trouble by God, they are going to get harmed. Spirit needs to harm them. It says your ancestors are ready to harm someone for you. And it does say a child or a family member could get harmed too if you're not careful. You have to look into these things as you move forward and speak to God. Okay. Because God is with you always. God is with you always, Sag. Okay. Sometimes when you're like just saying things to yourself, you have to realize God is with you always, having your back. So whoever's pissed you off, yes, karma could come to them, but karma comes to people that are, you know, everywhere, including you. So, because, you know, God is with everyone. It does say sometimes you, but sometimes it's not going to be you. So you have to be careful how you move. And it does say sometimes you have to move on from a subject in your mind, or a spirit is ready to strike or harm you. It says, no wonder I would never want to speak to you again. I would never want to talk about why you dealt with me in my mind. It says, now I know that I'm not in trouble, but are you in love with someone else? Because I see that you're not going to lose all this trouble in your mind. You're going to move on from something though, and see that battle battles are not easy. People will pick on people though. It says, I know I am not speaking to you, but I'm troubling something and I will be there in a minute troubling it. And then it says, you're not going to get to it before I do, but it says you will understand why I'm getting to it first, because I am leaving you to wonder if it's there. So it says you've got good news coming in now, but things would have worked out worse for you before. And it does say things would have happened anyway, but no wonder you're stressed about things. You've changed the way things could work out for them, who wants to rob and steal from you all the time. It says the mind game he plays is not to play you, but always to play himself, because he knows he can ask for anything he needs and support you with the right things. He doesn't have to steal from you, take from you, or play you. He's a mental health person, and he knows that he's not going to have good news always. He may not see you in a good way. He does know that you always have good news in your mind about him when he wants to play himself and help you in ways that he realizes he has to be a bit more codependent or helpful with you. But he's also really demonizing his mindset on you on why he has to be helpful, because he studies things that he doesn't want to do, but at times he needs to do it to support home life. And he realized he has to help himself be a better person in the times ahead, or else karma is coming to you. And it does say to you because he wants to make sure it plans its way onto you. But it also says it's not going to plan its way onto you once you realize you're in trouble by your mindset, never in the way that you want. Ideally, you've got to look on things and leave him to wonder why his studies are less or why his poverty is coming. He says he doesn't need to support any bad news at all. He has good news, but it's not going to always be good news to help you. And it may not help you at all at times. So he's got to leave you to wonder if he's moving past it, or leaving you to wonder if he's having good news and never wants to see that it's going to be bad news, because he's troubled. He's very troubled, and he wonders if he can play along with this, but he's not going to have bad news all the time. Okay. He doesn't know why you're shocked right now. And it does say you are shocked about things because he's always planning to try and harm you. It says, I know I could harm you with more things. I may not curse you, but I wanted to harm you. It says you may have got harmed by me. If you don't see that I'm going to harm you, it's going to come. He says, I want to harm you because I'm ready to do so. It says another person is going to try and see if they can evict you or harm you, because a problem is coming in with a plan to come down on you. It does say this man says he's ready to see if you could handle whatever comes out of this woman's head in the next week. She's ready to strike about something she wants to do. It may not be laundry taken in her mind. It's going to be something in her mind again about her family. And it also says you don't have to get involved, but she's always using your energy as a way forward. She may not look at things in that way anymore. It says time is of the essence to see that she sits down and no longer wants to go into the room or the mindset of her mind where problems could come out of it, because she tries to use the neighbor's energy to attack situations that she wants to do in her life. She may use their mind, their spirit, their body, or anything that she could grab a hold of in the mental health department and try to yank down into her spirit through love and support of her mind to help her. She says she's not really into Obia that much, but she does it a lot. And she also wonders, can she use it this time to harm someone around her? She may look at you as the target, and she wants to know that you can be the target of this. It is a woman that wants to harm you, and this man says he knows why. He's been trying to cast a spell with her to see if it would work. But it also says it's going to be her harm this time, as this year it's going to be on, and every year after. She knows she can't handle what's coming. It's going to be very dangerous for her to get involved with things that are going to study your mindset to see if you've got bad news. It says, warning, they know that they could get involved with you being mad, but they also realize you're going to get involved with things that are going to make them mad. They don't know how to stop this, but they're in trouble already by cautioning you. You have to bring yourself down to a building where it's going to be problematic if they ever get involved in a way that they trouble you. It says, you know what? You had problems in the past. Now you've got problems again. Are you aware that it's still the same problem? Or are you saying that it is worsened? It does say it has worsened, but you don't get it. We don't want to help you with anything. And then you wonder why we keep bothering you to tell yourself it's not going to work out. It says trouble is that you know that you could prepare yourself for a speech. A speech that's never going to be easy to come out and tell us why. It says, we know we're not going to propose a day to you to have problems. We've got to give you bad news or bad information and then see if it's going to work out. We're coming back, but we're not going to speak to you again. And it says you need to support yourself with good news right now, because I'm trying to let you know that legal actions are pending. If you ever want to come to me and speak to me about problems with your life, I know I can't tell you that because you've got too much people telling me that you've got problems. And I realize I'm in trouble if I ever try to tell you you don't have good news. You are warned to say something, but you can't say anything to her. She's got problems and she needs help. So support her. Okay? So someone is going to be talking to someone on your behalf, or they realize that they can't come to them with any nonsense because you've got a lot of people to support you. And it does say enemies are there, with everyone getting involved this time to support you. And it does say some of them may agree, some of them won't, but some of them will. And it does say hell to the no, you ain't going to have problems with a family member around you, because you'll always have support with other family members. Every time you see another family member, there is another family member that can support you. And it does say many of them have good news to support you. So no one's going to see you in a bad way, but you have to see yourself in a good way. And you are trying to warn them that I am ready now for you to tell me that I don't have support, because I do. But what if you don't have the support that you need? Well, what if I do and it's always going to be my family? Where are you going with this? Well, I have family, and that's what I have. And that's what you'll be telling them. I have family that support me. And it does say that it's always going to be that way. It says no one's going to change this. And even if you don't want to support her with things that you feel like should be there, because you need to hear that she's got praised with things like karma coming, if she doesn't, because karma could be there. What if there is karma already and you're not trying to support her in the ways that she wants, because you want to see that there's people there in a bad way, and she doesn't want to see that she's got bad energy to give herself. She doesn't want to see herself in a problem. She doesn't want to see that she's in a dark space. She doesn't need to be in a dark space. You just need to give her what she needs and move past it. It says you're under attack. I know that I could be under attack too. But what if you are already, and I've told you you are, and you don't want to help me because I keep attacking you, you keep attacking me? Then what? I told you I need some support. And if you can't hear that, then I'm going to keep attacking you until you understand that I need support. That's that. Okay? And that's how you could be dealing with them, Sag. It says you know that you will attack them if they keep attacking you, and they will attack you, and they're not going to attack you no more because they're trying to warn you. Something could come out of this in a way that they stop attacking you and give you good news. They just have to support their minds a little bit and see if it works. Okay? It says no wonder you're under attack. You need to see things for what it is, but you also need to see things for a good thing and not in a bad way. But it has to be in a good way, and that's that. So let speeches come to your mind again. I realize I need to speak to you. I need to warn you that you're not going to have good news one day, but you will in the next year or two. And it says not now, but I know that I'm going to give you that good news if you ask again. Okay, so someone doesn't want you to have good news, but then they want to give you good news in a year or two. It says not the way that you look at it, but it also says you've got to see things for the way it's coming out, because people keep trying to trouble you in your mind to harm you, and it doesn't always look good. It has to change sometime, because how many things can you go through and then they don't want to support you? How much trouble could you go through and then you challenge them and it doesn't look good? It says now they realize that you could challenge them so much to the point where it's going to be bad news. Now they have to give you some type of support. Now realizing that they're going to give you support, blessings could come to a family member or a friend, maybe even looking to see if they could give them support for supporting you. It's not going to be easy in that way, but they realize they can help you as much as they can, and not really help you all the time, but only if they want to. And it says she knows she needs something that's going to support her all the time. Maybe even challenge the situation to see if it's going to be in that way. It says it's not always going to be in the way that you want, though. So you've got to give her what she needs now and stop troubling her head with what could come later on. Try to help her now instead of looking what's happening later on in the future. Study what she needs now. Okay? So someone's telling someone to study what you need now, Sag. And not to be looking at what could happen in the future, because they keep trying to trip up and on the fact that now is is near for them to help and support you, and they don't want to, but they wonder, oh, if things could change in the future. It says nothing's going to be set in stone anytime. Everything could change any day with anyone. So let people get what they want now, because people are warning people to support you. And it does say you've got good news to get this support. So make sure that you know who's there to support you when it comes, because you're getting good news about your mind, your mentality, and your money. It says we know this. We're going to change the outcome and give you good news about your mind and your money, because we can't change this now. Okay. So someone's got to give you good news about your mind and your money, Sag. Okay. It says no one's going to help you be mad all your life. Make sure you get good news today, tomorrow, and any day, because I'm not going to let anyone challenge you to have bad news. I warned you. I am going to help you. And female energy is there to help you too, and men. Many of them are there. They will all support you having good news. Okay? So many people are there to help support you having good news. All right? So that's a good thing. So well done. And it does say you have blessed energy to move on past things and not see bad news. So bless yourself many times over and see that you are worth a lot more than you thought. You're going to have good news moving past a demon spirit that wants to challenge you and see himself in trouble one day. He's going to get bad moods, and he's always after you and your family members too. And you will never see that your son is in a harm's way, because your family is supported. You will always get blessed news with them no matter what. It says someone keeps trying to trouble you all this time, and a man wants to speak to you, but he can't come forward. He is bad mood. He's very bad mood right now, but he has to see that he has moved on. Okay. It says all this time he would have moved on, but he's going to come back and try and challenge you again to see if you need anything. And if you need support with anything, you're going to get good news. Okay. It says mental health is not easy to take on. Sometimes it's not easy to take off of the mind to support. And now I know I should have helped you when I should have. I should have called you when I should have. I should have spoke to you when I should have. And I realize I'm in trouble by you. I should have spoken to you, and I'm sorry. So someone is very sorry that they didn't speak to you when they should have. And now they should really think about why they should pick up the phone and call you, or maybe even just challenge a situation to see where it's going, because they missed their shot. And it does say they could have missed their shot today, or sometime in the afternoon they was meant to give you a call and they didn't. And it really, really riddles their mind on why they're panicking right now that they didn't, because they should have called you. Okay, it does say someone else doesn't need to get involved, but people will pick on the mindset all the time and move past things, and you will see blessed news as you move past it too. You're going to give yourself good news one day and see that blessings are going to come to you all the time. Okay, so it does say many thanks to you. You have very good news coming to you right now, as people may pick on your mindset today at night time. But it also says in the morning time next year, in the June or July energy, it's not going to be so bad. But it also says they're not going to pick on you tonight or ever, because someone's getting in the way and stopping this. This man says he can't stop everything this woman asks, but she has to understand she has a voice, and she will speak and say, stop these riddles, stop these spells, stop these rituals, and stop these curses, as things are harming her today. She says, I realize I'm getting backlash for something that I sent your way. It is harming me. I am receiving backlash from it. So she's getting backlash for something that she did to you, and she needs to intervene and stop someone from harming you that she set upon you. Okay, she says, my spirit tells me I'm in trouble. I have warned myself to stop this, and now I am getting karma from this. Karma is coming to her. Her spirit is warning her karma is coming, and she's dealt with in a bad way. She is getting karma. Good day. So I'm going to leave it there, my Sagittarius, and I'll speak to you again in your next reading. Ciao for now. Bye.